Good morning from my local airport of Glasgow. Today I'm going to give Ryanair a second chance of redemption after my rather poor experience from last time. I'm once again flying to Dublin, and I'm very fortunate that this flight is operated on board one of Ryanair's new Boeing 737-8-200 aircraft, or more commonly known as the Boeing 737 MAX. This aircraft has been packed with a staggering 197 seats, so I'm curious to find out how good the legroom is and if it's bearable. Glasgow Airport has also suffered from the Jubilee weekend chaos, and security queues have lasted more than 3 hours, so I'm hoping this won't be the case this morning. Anyway, come along with me today to review Ryanair's 197-seat Boeing 737 MAX on this flight from Glasgow to Dublin. Welcome to MAC Aviation, and let's go flying. Welcome to Glasgow Airport on this beautiful morning. The check-in area was actually really busy, but luckily I checked in online. Then I went upstairs to security, which only took a few minutes to pass through. Then I went through duty free, but I didn't spend much time in here today. The departure lounge is a really nice area with many shops and cafes. But before long, I went along a small tight corridor to the Ryanair gates. This walk takes roughly 10 minutes from end to end, so definitely leave with plenty of time. I soon spotted my aircraft for today, which is a 2-year-old Ryanair Boeing 737 MAX-8 200, registered Echo India - Hotel Echo Whiskey, which has just arrived from Dublin. Unfortunately, the flight was delayed for over an hour as the crew just didn't show up, and at this point things weren't looking too good. Anyway, an hour late the crew showed up and we began to board, but the whole process was a bit of a shambles really. Welcome on board this beautiful aircraft. My seat today is 30F, so let's get ready for departure.
May we have your complete attention as we demonstrate the safety features of this aircraft.
So after departing today from runway 05 at Glasgow, we turned southwest to head down to Dublin, flying over the coast of Scotland before crossing over the Irish Sea, flying past Belfast and finally making a series of turns to land on runway 10 at Dublin. Today's flight time was 44 minutes, cruising at 24,000 feet. Ryanair received their first Boeing 737 MAX in January 2019, although these were later grounded due to issues with MCAS causing the aircraft to crash. They now have 210 of the aircraft on order, describing it as a game changer for the airline. The aircraft has been packed with 200 seats, meaning another 2 exit doors were needed. So Boeing designed a 10-exit Boeing 737 MAX-8 specifically for low-cost airlines, known as the 737 MAX-8-200. Now enjoy our climb over the beautiful lochs, rivers and mountains of central Scotland. We have now reached our cruising altitude, so let's take a look around the cabin and the lavatories. So now taking a look at the lavatories on board the Ryanair Boeing 737 MAX. So similar to the EasyJet Airbus A320 that I flew recently, there are 2 lavatories at the rear of the aircraft, so they are quite small and the ceilings are fairly low. But yeah, we'll take a look around and then we'll have a look around the very special and unique cabin. The cabin is laid out in a 6 abreast configuration with 3 seats either side of the aisle. The 2 additional emergency exits mean there are 6 more extra legroom seats than that on the 737-800. The seat area includes the safety card, which is stuck onto the back of the seat, some important safety information, the tray table, which was a decent size, featuring an indent for a drink. Unfortunately, the table isn't adjustable, however. The legroom is really bad, and I struggled being 5'5" with just a 28-inch seat pitch. At the emergency exit extra legroom seats, the legroom is much better with a 35-inch seat pitch. On these seats, the tray table folds out from the armrest, which is double-sided with an indent for a drink. On today's flight, I purchased a Fanta Orange and a ham and cheese panini, which was honestly completely flavourless. We've already begun our descent into Dublin and we should be on the ground in just under 10 minutes, so stay tuned for landing as well for my final thoughts on today's flight.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome to Dublin. When the local time is 22 past 10 local time.
welcome to Dublin after that flight with Ryanair on the new Boeing 737-8200. So for my final thoughts on this flight, I really enjoyed it, and it's definitely one to remember. I was surprised by how friendly the crew were, and they were really attentive. The legroom wasn't very comfortable, however, and I struggled at my height. But the Boeing 737 MAX is a lovely aircraft, and I really enjoyed my experience this morning. Later on, I'm flying back home with Emerald Air, so look out for that flight review coming out in the next few weeks. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed today's review. If you did, please consider leaving a like and subscribing down below. Thanks very much for watching. Take care.